What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? It is your girl, your diva and knowledge lady Mocha. Represent Mocha's Cafe de Paris, where I'm always serving you wisdom, knowledge, and spiritual awareness. Yo, I could not hold my peace with this situation with the queen crab of Miami Dodd, known as rapper Trina. Well, I know a lot of sisters are not going to come forward on this here because when it comes to us, especially being a black woman, when it comes to us exposing other black women, um, usually we have an issue with that. You're not going to see too many female bloggers that's going to address this whole situation with Trina because we have we have had the habit of co-signing and defending each other's fuckery because we feel like the moment that we call another black woman out for her stupidity, that it says something about us, which is not the case. And this is definitely one of those times I cannot have Trina's back if I wanted to. And I think any other sister in her right mind would feel the same way because your girl definitely got way out of pocket. For those of you who are not aware of the situation that took place. Well, basically, rapper Trina was on rapper Trick Daddy, from Miami, because both of them are well known from being the rappers of Miami. That is the area where they are from. And basically, rapper Trina was on Trick Daddy's show. I guess he has his own podcast, and they were discussing the protesters and the issues surrounding the George Floyd situation. And that's a very heated topic right now. It's been a lot going on. There's been a lot of protesting, a lot of looting. And I'm glad now that everything the protesters are doing, it is paying off slowly but surely in our favor, because now they are trying to charge it. Now they have updated the charges instead of charging the racist officer with just third degree. Now they're trying to push it to second degree. So it's not going in vain. The protesting is not going in vain. Now we're getting heard, and it's just sad that we had to escalate it to this point in order for it to change. So big ups to the protesters for doing their thing and not sitting down and just talking about it, but they actually being about it. They didn't just talk, but they walked the walk. I commend each and every one of those who had the courage to go out there and march on the strength of this man who lost his life very senselessly, and it all could have been avoided. Um, Also, to all the celebrities who have been donating and looking out and bailing the protesters that were getting locked up. The celebrities been bailing them out, paying for their bonds and things of that nature. So we're definitely being heard, and I'm glad that it's unfortunate that it took something so terrible for people to come together. But that's the way it always is. I mean, even in small black families, we don't come together. We don't do family reunions. We don't do none of that stuff until somebody dies. Not everybody wants to come forward when there's a funeral. Other than that, families, we don't have time for each other. We really don't deal with each other. Everybody does their own thing until something tragic happens. Now we're all together for the funeral. And it's unfortunate that somebody has had to be the sacrificial lamb. And George Floyd's daughter, even being 6 years old, she stated that her father changed the world. And I thought that was so awesome for a young lady of her age to have that mind concept. This is how you knew she had a father in her life, that he was really in her life. Her parents was in her life, because there's a lot of a lot of us as black women, who, from little girls, who felt like a lot of us were deprived of having fathers, and that's not true. I am a black woman who have had the privilege of having not one but two black fathers in my life. So not all black women come from broken homes and don't have fathers. And she basically said her father changed the world, and that is definitely a beautiful way of looking at the situation. And it's sad that somebody has to be the sacrificial lamb, and that's the way it has always been for our culture. We've always had to be the sacrificial lamb. Malcolm X had to be the sacrificial lamb. Martin Luther King Jr. had to be the sacrificial lamb. Somebody always has to be the sacrificial lamb in order for change to take place. But nevertheless, going back to the subject at hand about Trina. Trina was on Trick Daddy's podcast or his show, and she came under fire. And I'm going to go ahead and read the article, and it's not going to be long, and I'm going to give y'all my intake on it. Rapper Trina has come under fire for comments she made on Wednesday regarding protesters following the death of George Floyd. The Miami MC, Crab Queen of Miami, that's what I'll call her, real name Katrina Taylor, made the remarks while speaking with fellow Miami rapper and radio host Trick Daddy about the civil unrest that has permeated the world and led to looting in various cities throughout the country. Despite the looter population taking up just a smidge of the overall number of people protesting peacefully against police brutality and racial injustice, the Love and Hip Hop Miami star didn't hold back, which she should have, in her diatribe calling for Miami-Dade County to move up its 9 p.m. curfew. They need to make the curfew at 6 p.m. Trina, age 45, didn't realize she was that old, said on 99 Jam's morning radio program. Keep everybody off the street. These animals off the street that are running around in Miami-Dade County acting like they have escaped from a zoo. Lock them up at 5 p.m. so the streets can be nice and clean. That's how I feel. Trina went on to explain that looters and vandals have hit her friend's shop in the area, and that regardless of her friend having insurance, her pal still has a family and, like millions, has been holed up for months and is ready to open back up. They run through, tear down our stores, and burn down our stuff, break our stores, and go and tear Bayside Marketplace and tear up my friend's shop that has a son and a family to take care of, said Trina. You gonna demolish her shop for something? No. Trick Daddy, a Miami staple and frequent community provider, retorted that it's nothing personal. However, his remarks fell on deaf ears and Trina spazzed out and she kept pressing. It's definitely personal because I feel like at the end of the day, she got insurance, but she's also been locked down for 60 days, also like us. And she also don't have money like me. So I don't approve of it, period. Because you know what? Nobody's burning down in reference to Miami, Trick Daddy's Miami restaurants, Sunday's Eatery. So let's be clear. You have insurance. That was her response to Trick Daddy. Trina persisted in her defense of her position, adding that the rage will not restore the lives of those lost at the hands of police and others. She further goes to say, we can't bring back nobody lives that has been taken away, whether it's from the police or the hands of another civilian, she continued. We cannot bring them back. You cannot pump life back into them at all. I can't bring back my little brother's life. His life was taken by the hands of a black man. She further lamented that she believes many individuals are merely opportunists looking to take advantage of the outrage surrounding George Floyd's death and are not even caring about the message being presented. Following her marks, one person tweeted the funniest part about that Trina clip is her complaining about her friend's store being looted and saying she doesn't have money like I do, laughing my ass off. Okay, which is true. She basically threw her friend under the bus. Well, bitch, give her some of yours then. So basically, a lot of people are going in on Trina, the queen crab, as well as they should, because it was just way out of pocket. And basically, Twitter has shut down her account, from what I've been told, what I've been informed. So at this point, she has basically gotten her back black her hood card, her black card, or whatever, it's been revoked. She will get no more love from the black community. Now, you do have a couple of people that's still rocking with her, that's still, trying to condone or justify for whatever reason, but it still does not compensate for all of what she's going to lose. Now, in a since deleted tweet, Trina responded to the barrage of backlash and dug her heels in even further and retreated and oh gosh, I can't read, y'all. And she dug herself in a bigger hole when she came back on her page saying, "Don't come on my page with y'all bullshit because I got time today." Some of y'all are plain effing ignorant, and nothing nobody do will help. Period. I'm at work and I'm motherfucking ready. She wrote. The problem is with some of y'all don't want to hear the truth. Well, y'all can be mad, she maintained. Y'all should put that anger and frustration into something better instead of talking shit about people. This isn't about me. I'm done, and I'm doing my part. I don't know what that is. So leave me the F alone. What are y'all doing? Yeah, what are y'all doing? My point exactly. Okay, now that we're through with all of that, I'm going to go ahead and give my intake on this whole situation. First of all, she was way out of pocket. She contradicted herself with that whole statement. For one, yes, we are aware that although there are protesters out there that are involved in the march and are involved in protesting for the right cause, and we know in the midst of that there are some people who are not in it for the right cause. Yes, there's some people looting just so they can get a Louis Vuitton bag and some Jordans, but the people that are looting are not outnumbering those that are protesting for the right reasons. So you've basically taken focus off of the real issue at hand. And even though that is what's going on, that's part of the equation. The looting is part of the equation. The whole point of the matter is people came together to protest on the behalf of this man's life who was taken senselessly. Okay. And the part that she's failing to understand is even if you felt that way as a celebrity and as a black woman on Trick Daddy's show, that was not the time and that was not the place to make that statement. And this is why I don't idolize celebrities, because I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Ever since this corona, but even more so since this George Floyd incident, a lot of people have been showing their true colors. 2020 is the year of exposure. Now we are seeing celebrities and we are seeing people for who the hell they truly are. People are getting exposed left and right. Not only these celebrities who we've been supporting, whose concert tickets we've been buying, whose music we've been downloading, because I don't buy nobody music. I download it for free. I've been start buying people music. Nevertheless, these same people that we rock so hard for, these diehard fans who worship the ground these celebrities walk on, these same celebrities are throwing egg in everybody's face. So I hope every goddamn Trina fan, those of you who've been rocking with this broad, those of y'all who've been supporting her and been so hell bent defending all of Trina's shenanigans, because she's had a lot of shenanigans episodes lately, but this one took the cake. So I hope all of y'all who've been rocking hard for her, y'all should feel embarrassed now. And this is why I don't praise celebrities. I don't worship celebrities, because at the end of the day, they always, 9 times out of 10, they end up doing something stupid. Always. If you just give it time and don't be so quick to defend them, you got all of these people who be defending celebrities like these celebrities are related to them. You got people who defend Beyonce to the core. You can't have a difference in opinion about her without people going in, "Oh, you just a hater. You just jealous. She got money. She got more money than you. She living in a bigger house than you." You cannot say nothing about these celebrities with these diehard ass fans who are so ride or die for celebrities that probably wouldn't even buy them a cup of water if they saw them in the street dehydrated. So those of y'all who have been supporting Trina, I hope if y'all have any sense from here on out that y'all take away any support that y'all have had from her, because guess what? She's up here basically making a mockery out of her own people, because at the end of the day, what she's not understanding is that you basically, by you calling the protesters animals, you are basically calling us the very thing that is the reason why that officer did what he did to Mr. Floyd. You are the reason why that statement is the reason why the young man Ahmad, who was jogging in the park by himself, minding his own business, got killed by two racist hillbillies. It is that same mindset. You know why they keep killing us and murdering us? Because they see us as animals. And the sad part is when we have black people that make these type of statements, what it does is it makes other races feel justified in hating black folks, killing black folks, and things of that nature. So when our own kind goes against us, and even if you felt that way, you don't use your platform for that. You could have made that statement amongst with your girlfriends if y'all going out one night having a girls' night or something like that. That's something you discuss amongst your own people. You don't go on a radio show, especially with you being a rapper that has a huge platform, and make that type of statement. Because the unfortunate part is a lot of these rappers are, unfortunately, they are idolized. They are idolized. So the fact that they are idolized, they have to really tread lightly when they make certain statements. That's what happened to the other female rapper, Tokyo Jets, when she made the statement, when she went live. And I don't know if her male friend was live. I don't know who the guy was, but they was kind of joking around, and she made the statement of, "Don't make me have to George Floyd you. Don't make me have to George Floyd you." When she said that, everything went left. She lost. She had a show that she was supposed to be doing with Blueface, the rapper Blueface. He counseled her. Um, that one statement just ruined all of her credibility. And now she's feeling the funk because of the backlash she has gotten behind it. So she called herself trying to do a video apologizing. Hell, but Trina ain't even doing that, because Trina gonna be strong in her wrong. And that's just the type of broad, that's how she operates, okay? The grass could be green, and you all us know the grass is green, and this helper gonna tell you it's blue no matter what, because she's going to be right even if it means looking stupid. But anyway, Tokyo Jets, the same thing. She made that comment. She called herself trying to apologize. She could not redeem herself. I hate to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes certain things you do, you cannot come back from. That's why you have to be very careful how you use your platform. Even as a YouTube content creator, I can't come on here saying things any kind of way. Even though, so this is my channel, even though this is my live stream, even though I own all of the rights to this is my craft, I still have to use due diligence and not say the wrong things, or make make statements that can penalize all of my credibility that I have built thus far as a YouTube content creator. And basically, that's what has happened with Trina. Everybody's basically done turned on them. And she has no one to blame but herself. What people have to realize is, even as a celebrity, when you are well known in the celebrity world, it's not just about your cars, it's not just about your bling bling, it's not just about your money or your album sales. You have a responsibility, especially when it comes to your fans and your community and those who support you. You have a responsibility, okay, which means that you have to be careful with the words you use, and you have to be careful and mindful of how you opinionate on things. This is my whole issue with Trina. First of all, Trina is 45 years old. Okay. She's basically washed out at this point. She's been washed out for a long time. I'm surprised she held, really, her career has been like the edges on on Serena Williams. It's been holding on by the inch. Okay. She barely had a career. Barely. Her career was already on life support. And just that one ugly statement that she made, disrespecting those who protested on behalf of George Floyd's life, that completely yanked the cord. It's just done at this point. Her career is totally dead. Nobody's not going to want to market her. Okay? Not after that statement. Who the hell is going to show up to her shows? Who the hell? She barely had any shows as it is. It was only like 50 people in the audience. Now she ain't even gonna have 50 people. She may have two who still, because it's always gonna be a dummy that's still gonna support people who who have her type of mindset. She not even gonna have 50 people show up to her concert after this. What Trina don't understand is, as a rapper, you are a brand. You're a brand. And basically, she has tainted her brand with that ignorant statement. And if you listen and pay attention to the radio show, Trick Daddy was trying to tell her, you doing too much. You're doing too much. Bring it down some. And something about black women, when another man, especially if he's a black man, and he steps in and intervenes and says, "You need to calm down," even though he's saying it respectfully and nicely, "You need to calm down. You're doing too much." She turned it all the way up. It was like, "Oh, you gonna tell me what I don't need to say, how I need to say it? I'm gonna say what the hell I want to say." She completely got verbally combative with Trick Daddy, and Trick Daddy is a little older than her, and Trick Daddy's from the hood, so he knows the code. He understands police brutality. He knows, because as a black man, he can identify and relate to what George Floyd and a lot of these other young black men have gone through. Trina, on the other hand, had no goddamn business even commenting on the situation, because for one, Trina, you're not a wife, boo. First and foremost, you're not a wife, so you're not married to a black man to have the type of compassion that a lot of women do for George Floyd Mayweather. Because see, that could have been one of our husbands, okay? So you can't relate as a wife. Secondly, you cannot relate as a mother because you don't have any children, okay? And from what I've heard, the one or two times you got pregnant, you having problems in that area. Your womb is malfunctioned. And I'm not saying this to be disrespectful or whatever, because I lost a child, so I get it. But sometimes when you are an ugly person, ugly things happen to you. So with that being said, by Trina not being able to have children and produce a son or a daughter, or especially in this case more so a son, you cannot relate to the struggles of how black women feel about this situation, because they're looking at George Floyd as that could have been my son. So that automatically knocks you out the box, Trina, because you cannot relate to either one of us. You cannot relate as a wife. You cannot relate as a mother. And even then, that's still not excuse, because even women who aren't mothers and who don't have black sons, they still knew, looking at that video, that that whole situation was totally wrong. All women, any black woman that has any type of compassion, she felt some type of way when we heard that man screaming for his mama. We all felt that as mothers, okay? We all felt that as wives. That could have been my husband who neck was stepped on. You know what I mean? If her claiming to have lost a brother, first of all, that had not a goddamn thing to do with it. Why would you bring up your brother being killed by another black man? Do you realize that these other folks, and I'm gonna say it like that, these other folks are looking for any reason possible to not have to convict these officers who committed this act? Do you realize they're looking for any little inch? And by you saying stuff like that, that's another one up that these folks, the Clorox community, can use to say, you know what? Hell, blacks are already killing blacks anyway. So why should we convict these officers for not doing their job? See, why would you hand these folks anything for them to work with? And that's an embarrassment, and it is disgraceful as a black woman that she would even put herself out there and say something like that. You know what I mean? Now, it would have been, it's not always what you say, but it's how you say it. If you had an issue with people acting like animals, that was not the way you should have worded. But the problem is, a lot of these celebrities, they got money, but it doesn't mean they're educated. It doesn't mean they're smart. A lot of these celebrities, if you put them in a room and have them to hold a conversation with somebody that's highly intellectual, like Farrakhan, they would not understand none of what that man is coming from. That'd be like a damn college graduate trying to explain um calculus to a third grader. They would be totally lost. A lot of these celebrities that got all of this money, a lot of them are just as dumb as it comes. don't have the sense of a goddamn fruit fly, can't hold an intellectual conversation. And it's been many celebrities. She's not the only one who has said something dumb to make the whole community turn against them, all because they did not know how to articulate themselves respectfully and professionally without offending somebody or knocking someone's character in the midst of them making their statements. So Trina, to me, she is definitely the mascot of BFF. She represents it well. Y'all might as well just go ahead and give her BFF of the year. Hell, give her BFF of the century because she displayed all of that when she went on this show, contradicting herself, talking about her friend who got a shop and how her friend basically business got jeopardized because her friend don't have money like her. I'm like, listen to her. You throwing your friend up under the bus. You insulting your friend. No, you are one of those black women. Even with all of your success, the bottom line is Trina is still miserable. With all of what she has, Trina is miserable. When she went from uh all those years of being this of Miami homegrown queen of rap, when she went from that to love and hip hop, that already was a big red flag to me. Even way before she came out her mouth and pulled this, that was already a red flag to me. That girl, now you have hit rock bottom. There is no rapper who has been successful, who has been selling platinum records or platinum albums or whatever. You should not demote themselves to love and hip hop. When she demoted herself to love and hip hop, that let me know right there how much her career has shrunk when she had to resort to doing love and hip hop. Okay, when she went on this show, she really showed her behind. She really acted an ass up here arguing, bickering with females young enough to be her damn newborn. She's going in on these young females. I'm the queen of Miami. I am. You are beneath me, and all of this other bullshit. This queen philosophy that she has made herself out to be, and she's not a queen because she carries herself like a peasant. Ever since she got on that show, all that show did was enhance Trina's ratchetness. A lot of these reality shows, if a person is already hood and already ignorant, you give them a little clout, you give them a little a little script or a role in these reality shows, it makes them turn up even more so because now they part of a platform where they are allowed to be ignorant because shows like that promote ignorancy. They promote ignorancy. You can't get on love and hip hop unless you ignorant and you messy and you ratchet. Love and hip hop has never wanted women that were classy, women who were educated, women who has substance. Love and hip hop has never given those type of has never allowed women who carry themselves in a dignified manner a space. You always will have to be ratchet, or you have to have a lot of problems. You got to have type of scandals. You have to have something bad going on with you. You have to have chaos in your life in order for love and hip hop to even give you a signature. And for her to have to resort to love and hip hop, that already had let me know her career had plummeted. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So Trina been miserable for a very long time. Not only that, she has not had the best of luck with black men in relationships. She has dated so many dudes in the industry, and seeing the way she is, I see why none of these dudes have stuck with her. She tried to get pregnant. She did get pregnant by Lil Wayne and miscarried. She been with athletes. She been with rapper French Montana. She done been with all type of dudes in the industry. And for her to be this beautiful woman and have this nice body, she has the brain of a pigeon because she does not know when to turn the hood volume down. And that's the problem with a lot of women, not all women. If it doesn't apply, you have to reply. Some of us as black women, we do not know when to be quiet and humble ourselves, especially when somebody got the best of us. When Trick Daddy was talking sense to her and letting her know she was getting out of pocket, what I strongly believe was she was embarrassed. She was embarrassed And I believe she felt, even if to this day she will never admit it. I know she's not going to admit it, but I believe she was slightly embarrassed once she realized what she said. But at that point, her admitting that just would have made her feel more embarrassed. So what she did was she pressed the pedal to the metal. You have some people that are like that. When they're being called out on their bull, instead of them humbly saying, you know what, you right, you may have a point there. No, they're going to keep turning it up. They're going to make it right. Even though they know what they're saying is dead wrong, they're still going to um pretty much try to validate their point. They're going to be strong and wrong. And that's what happened with Trina. She was strong in all her wrong. She was not going to admit that she was way out of pocket. What the hell did your brother getting murdered have to do with this man here who got murdered by this police officer? What did that have to do with anything? Because in your mind, you was going to be right. It did not matter what Trick Daddy said. Hell, President Obama would have been in there. She would have still did the same thing. She was going to be right no matter what. And now all this has done was it's basically going to cost her everything. The piece of career that she did have left, that's gone. That's gone. And I know because of Trina's pride, because she's already shown she has a nasty attitude. She already shown that she's not going to back down. She's not going to humble herself at all. She's already proven that. And it's unfortunate that her bad attitude is going to cost her everything. She's going to lose so much behind this. And that's why I tell people you have to be very, very careful with what you say and what you do. It takes just a few seconds to say the wrong thing could throw away everything that it took you years to build. And it's unfortunate that she allowed her pride and her ignorance to get the best of her to where she could not even humble herself. And at this point, if she was to apologize, nobody's not going to feel like she means it. Nobody's not going to accept it because you got way out of pocket, sis. Way, way extremely out of pocket. When you are a celebrity, just because you're making X amount of dollars, it may work for some people, but it's not going to work for you. Hell, Kanye West may could get away with doing all kind of stuff. We know he's a flip flopper. We know 1 minute Kanye West is for the people, and next minute Kanye West ain't for the people. But guess what? Kanye West may could get away with it. Some of us, when we get out of pocket and turn on the black community, some of us we can't redeem ourselves. So you can't do what other people could do. You know what I'm saying? It's no different than, for instance, like you have Tommy Sotomayor. He's been doing his thing on YouTube for years, and everybody's always known him to be a very boisterous man when it comes to having an opinion about black women. Everybody knows that, and people don't have a problem with it. They still support him, they still donate to him, they still rocks with him. You know what I mean? I still follow, I listen to his content sometimes, so he still has support. But guess what? That don't mean another dude could come in and do the same thing and think people gonna rock with him like they rock for Tommy. Another black man may start a YouTube channel and try to be a knockoff Tommy and thinking he gonna earn brownie points by going in on black women and thinking he gonna get recognition, just to only find out he done got shunned. He still ain't getting no subscribers. People still ain't rocking with him, because you have to realize, just because other people can do it, that don't mean people are gonna accept that same type of energy from you. You know what I'm saying? So even if there is other women who's saying that and doing that, what Trina has to understand is you are a celebrity. Well, you was. So you have a certain level of respect that you have to uphold for yourself. You have to be very careful with how you utilize your platform. That was not the time, that was not the place. And then it was live where everybody heard it. It wasn't like it happened behind closed doors and somebody came back and told us, well, Trina said this, Trina said that. Well, if you don't have proof of it on camera or on video, we really can't say for sure she said that. But the fact that she said it, and the fact that she was so bold and arrogant about it, she has lost all respect. Trina is way in over her head. She done bit off more than she could chew. She done bit off way more than she could chew. And like Trick Daddy told her, first of all, everybody wasn't looting and burning up stuff. So you cannot compare what other people are doing to the people that are using this for the wrong reasons, because it's a handful of them. It's only a handful of them. The rest of us are tired of it. When the police get behind you and them red and blue lights come on, you're not supposed to be scared. Now, this is what she said. Now, this is what Trick Daddy said to Trina. She replies, I'm never scared. I have my license and registration. I'm not scared. I know my rights. I'm like, oh my goodness. You can't be that damn ignorant. And you have some black women that are like this. And this is the reason why so many black men have a hard time dealing with us. They don't want to hold a conversation with us. They don't want to talk to us. She is the epitome of black female fuckery. And that's why a lot of dudes, a lot of men don't want to have anything to do with black women because of females like her who are combative, know every damn thing, don't think you got to learn nothing. You gonna be right no matter how wrong you are. The way she carried on and during that interview, I knew some sisters personally who had that same attitude, who had that same demeanor, and I couldn't deal with them. I don't see how Trina has friends. If Trina does have friends, they don't stick with her long, because you can tell she's one of them stuck up ass iffy type of broads that'll let you know that she's better than you. She strikes me as the type of female, if you was her friend, she gonna always put you under her. Yeah, girl, I don't know how you walk them damn cheap shoes, honey. I went and got my shoes from Dolce and Gabbana. I've been stopped rocking with Payless ever since my album blew up. She just strikes me as the type of female that will do some low common denominator mess like that, and it will down another sister who could be way more intelligent than her. The next black woman may not have as much money than her, may not be as successful as her, but she's the type of female. She will try to make any black woman who she feels she's better than, make them feel like they're nothing. And for that, I have no respect, none for Trina. And any of y'all sisters who rock with her, then guess what? May the force be with you, because I don't have no respect for none of y'all either. Because y'all self-esteem should not be that low where you got to be in this broad's presence, where you have to look for her support, where you have to feel like you have to, co-sign on her fuckery behavior. No, if anything, Trina, you are beneath us. And the truth of the matter is, I strongly believe that you are a very miserable woman. And the reason why you don't have any compassion for what that black man, Mr. George Floyd, and due respect because he was a black man. The reason why you don't have any respect or compassion for what he went through is because you don't care for black men anyway. Let's be frank. Your whole demeanor, your whole attitude, you upset because once a black man gets to know you, he runs from you. Hell, you couldn't even keep Lil Wayne. So that already tells me something there, okay? All it is, you're the typical bitter black broad who's angry and miserable because even with all your success, what you really want, your money can't buy. What you really want, your album sales, your concert tickets, none of that can compensate for the things that you really want. And I think in actuality, she's just a miserable soul. This woman has been miserable for quite some time. The way she been carrying on love and hip hop, the way she's screaming and yelling and going off on females twice under her age. I'm like, Trina, you are a senior citizen. Why are you up here getting into it with these females that are under 20 years old? Why are you sitting up here arguing and bickering and fighting with these young females? You don't had your time to be messy. Let these other young girls have their time to be messy. You 45 years old, still no husband, no children. You have nothing in your life to make you feel compassionate about other folks. That's why you don't have any compassion. Because you don't have nothing, nothing solid going for yourself to make you to learn how to have that kind of compassion. Because like I said, even women who don't have a husband, even women who don't have children, that the death of George Floyd still affected them. And you as a black woman ought to be ashamed of yourself, because when if that was your brother? When if that was somebody who could have possibly been there for you, God forbid? And it's just very sad that she really exposed herself and showed her true colors. But all it is, she's been like that the whole time. It just took this situation in order for it to manifest. So my opinion on this, Trina, you was way out of pocket. How dare you call these protesters animals? For years, our ancestors fought for us to be treated like human beings because guess what? Back then, we were treated like animals. We was not allowed to eat in restaurants with the whites. We was not allowed to even drink in the same water fountains. They didn't even want to drink behind us. You know why? Because we were seen as animals. So they kept us segregated. They kept us separated because that's what you do. If you got an animal, animals have a zoo. You're not going to let a giraffe in your house. You're not going to let a tiger in your house because they're animals. And back then, we were treated like animals. We were treated separately. We was not allowed to have things that other races had because we were not considered human. We couldn't just sit down and eat a burger. We had to take our burger to go if they felt like giving us a burger. We had to sit way to the back. Like people who got pets and dogs, they put their pets and their dogs in the backyard. We was treated like pets. We was treated like dogs. We was treated like animals. So for you to make that statement, you just tarnished everything that our ancestors had to go through in order for you to be a rapper. Do you not understand that had it not been for our ancestors as a black woman, you wouldn't even have the privilege of using your voice to be a rapper, to be an artist, had it not been for people who protested on your behalf, your ancestors, your great great grandmother, your great great grandfather, had people, had protesters had that same goddamn attitude Trina had, we would have never had the privilege of equality that we have today. Just imagine people who had that mindset. And the sad part is, it's a lot of black people to this day who feels the way that she feels. And these are the same people who work at your job with you, who don't want to help you get hired. These are the same people in your family who don't want to look out for you, who don't want to try to help you if you're really in a bind. It's a lot of black men and black women who have that same attitude. And all it has done, it has caused them to be by themselves. I'll leave it at this. Those who are for themselves will eventually end up by themselves. Trina, you lost one on this one, honey. You lost one. And I know you don't care because in your mind, you're going to hold it down no matter what. You're going to stay strong in all your wrong. You're not going to apologize. You're not going to back down. You know why? Because you're too embarrassed. You're too ashamed. And that is a problem with a lot of us as black women, to be honest with you. When we get caught in the wrong, it's easier for us to just lash out and be beastie than to humble ourselves and apologize and say, you know what, I was on my feelings. I shouldn't have took it there. But no, we're going to fight all the way to the end, no matter how wrong we are. What I said, because that's how I felt. Let me tell you, everything is not to be addressed. You don't always have to put all of your feelings out there because sometimes it could come back to bite you. And in this case, it has came back to bite Trina. She had no business even voicing her opinion on it. Sometimes less is best. The main only thing she could have said was, you know what? I pray for George Floyd's family, and I pray that God seeks them justice. That's it. No more opinions, no extra shit, no bringing up your brother got murdered by another black man. All that's a lot of hogwash. I am embarrassed. I am angry because it is people out there who took the time to fight on this man's behalf because Lord knows his family wouldn't have been able to fight this fight alone. He would have just been another Trayvon Martin, threw under the rug, threw in the file cabinet. Okay, case closed. So I definitely, again, my heart goes out to the Floyds. God is going to see them through this. I see nothing but greatness. And there's not a shadow of doubt in my mind that that man did not go to heaven. He earned his wings right away. He suffered in the process of the act, but trust and believe where he went, he don't have to suffer anymore. Now, the rest of us, we got to still live amongst these demons. Okay. So, with that being said, My heart goes out to the Floyd's family. May he continue to rest in peace. And he is going to rest in peace because God is going to give us the victory on this one. I know without a shadow of a doubt, God is going to fix it. This will not be another Zimmerman situation. This is going to be solved. I speak it, I claim it. In the name of Jesus, this man is going to get justice. His daughter is going to be taken care of for the rest of her life. She will not have nothing to worry about. So God is going to bless them and have mercy and grace. But for the rest of you out here who are ignorant and blind to what's going on, may the Lord have mercy on your pitiful soul. So anyway, y'all, I just wanted to address this. As black women, we got to do better. We got to do better. This is not the time to be tearing down nobody. And this goes for black men and black women. Y'all still on these YouTube streets tearing each other up, going in on each other, and you wonder why the Clorox community or the blue community don't have any respect for y'all, because they see how we do each other. And a lot of y'all still ain't getting it. Y'all still on here going in on each other, going back and forth. Y'all are not learning. And the sad part is, after all this is done and this man gets justice and these officers get time and get the years they're supposed to get, half of y'all still gonna go right back to how y'all always been. You're not going to have a change of heart. You're not going to live your life better. You're not going to do nothing different. And a lot of them, a lot of y'all, and a lot of them, they're going to stay stuck right in their ways. But anyway, y'all, I have rambled on long enough. I just want to give my intake on this whole situation. But anyway, y'all be blessed. Please take care of each other. Be mindful of what you say, because a lot of people are getting in trouble. I'm also, this is the other point I want to make before I get ready to log off. A lot of people are getting in trouble. Be careful how you opinionate on a situation on the YouTube streets. Be careful how you opinionate on a situation on Twitter, on Facebook. A lot of people are losing jobs and getting in trouble. It's a lot of people that I saw said a lot of negative stuff, and it wasn't us. I'm just saying it was other people who got messed up because people screenshotted what they said. And a lot of these people are dumb, because on your Facebook page you put where you work at, you put what you do for a living. So a lot of people who've been saying a lot of racist stuff since this George Floyd incident, a lot of their postings have been screenshotted, sent to their jobs. A lot of them getting fired, a lot of them having to move. You better be very careful being an attention seeker, because you got some people, believe it or not, they're using this man's death as a stepping stone to seek attention. They're up here doing the George Floyd challenges with people, posing on top of other people's necks. And I'm not shocked by any of this. Come on. Ignorance will always exist till the day we die. You can't get in your feelings about it, because the truth of the matter is we live in a world full of racist people. And anytime one of us end up having to become the sacrificial limb, we're the ones they make a mockery out of. It has always been that way. But that's even more so why I have a problem when our own kind disrespects us, because we're already being made out of a mockery. We're already being disrespected by other races. We already still got the Klan. We got a lot of people that's rejoicing at this man's demise. So none of what y'all saying is shocker to me, but I have a problem when it's our own kind, especially coming from a black woman, because we're already being told that we don't support black men enough, that we don't care about our black men, and we don't love our black men. We already catch a lot of bad flack for not being supportive. Trina, honey, your black card has been revoked. You're no longer invited to the cookouts. You're no longer invited, any functions where black people participate at. You don't belong there. I don't know where the hell you belong, because the Clorox community, they're not going to accept you either. So I don't know where the hell she gonna go from here. But anyway, y'all, it's your girl, Lady Mocha. And also for all of my ladies, if you did not already hear, about it. I thought I had posted my other thing. If y'all didn't already hear about it, I'm starting a channel specifically for the ladies called Mocha's Ladies Lounge. Make sure you subscribe to that if you haven't already. It's going to be just a channel specifically for women. I want to uplift us. It's not a black male bashing channel where we're going in on black men day in and day out. No, I want to uplift sisters, married sisters, single women, women that are mothers, women who want to become mothers. I think Black women, we need a positive space where we can learn and grow and not tear each other down and not tear black men down. We need a loving, positive atmosphere in order for us to grow. So if you haven't already, ladies, make sure you subscribe. Other than that, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. This channel here is still gonna be up because I want my male subscribers to still be a part of what I do here. But I just feel like women, we need our own space because women need a positive place, a positive environment, and that's just something that I really want to do versus just going in on black women all the time. I also want to help them to better themselves. So it's no need of going in on folks and you're not trying to give them anything to better themselves. So you can't do one without the other. So make sure y'all subscribe. But anyway, this is your Diva and Knowledge Lady Mocha. Remember, I'm going to always pour you a cup of truth and break you off with a slice of knowledge. Y'all be blessed. Take care.